Hi everyone, welcome to my color combo. It's actually a challenge, not really a collab. If you'd like to play along, you can. This month the colors are Calypso Coral, Saffron, oops, sorry, I have too many cords in the way, and Pear Pizzazz. And these are all in the subtles category of Stampin' Up. So my process is I pull out cardstock usually, and I go looking for designer paper. So I went through the current annual catalog first, and guess what? There was no paper that had these colors in it. But I did find a retired, just retired You're a Peach Designer Series paper. So on the first card, I did something a little different. I used, if I can find it, of course I can't find it because I need it. Anyway, oh here, I used this, which is Pear Pizzazz. So I used the back of a sheet of paper out of the Eat a Peach, and then I used an entirely different paper also, and I'll show you that in a little bit. And then on the second card, I'll use this as well as a piece from the back, and that will use the peach set. So the stamp sets I'm using today on the first card, Tasteful Touches, which just also retired, and I didn't use the dies. And then the second card, I'm using the Sweet as a Peach. I used the peach and the leaf. The Have a Peachy Day and some the Thanks So Much, and I did use Just Saying Hello and this flower in this one. So alrighty, so let me put them aside, and that way I could use all the colors. Now how I brought this in was just in the center of the flowers on the first card, and you'll see that in a minute. So let me show you the first card. So for the first card, here's that background paper I was telling you about, right? Well, I went through my scrap papers, retired papers, so I don't remember what this is called, y'all. It is Stampin' Up! Retired paper, but I fussy cut out these flowers, and then I used light and dark Calypso Coral, light and dark Saffron, and we don't have, or Stampin' Up! Doesn't have Pear Pizzazz, so I used light and dark Old Olive for the leaves, but that's okay because it makes it pop off the Pear Pizzazz paper a little better. So the Saffron Dark is in the middle of the flowers, and then I used the Saffron Light after I outlined the flowers with the Calypso Coral Dark. Then I colored them with light Calypso Coral, and I pretty much just about ran those dry. And then I took the light Saffron and I just went over some of the leaves, and it lightened it up. And then I also used Wink of Stella. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, but they have a little bit of sparkle on the flowers. So the flowers are a combination of Calypso Coral and light Saffron and dark Saffron in the middle, and Old Olive, which is pretty close to the Pear Pizzazz, which is in the background. And then how I did this is I actually took the stamp. I stamped it first on a piece of scrap, actually thick white. And then I cleaned the stamp really good, and I laid it down on here, and I traced around it and then fussy cut because I didn't like the shapes and stuff, so I just wanted to do that. Now, if I was going to do this again, I would try and be more careful and put this piece up just ever so slightly higher. It's a little bit down, just like a 1/4 inch up higher. But I think I really like it. These flowers and this are on dimensionals. Oh, and also I stamped this in Memento Tuxedo Black, and I went around the edges with the Calypso Coral Stampin' Right marker, just to make it pop against the background a little bit. And then these are those retired Artistry Blooms adhesive back sequins in Calypso Coral that I'm trying to use up. They're in Rich Raspberry, Balmy Blue, Calypso Coral, and Mango Melody. So Calypso Coral was perfect. And then on the inside, I used another piece of that background paper, piece of basic white. I stamped the flower from the Tasteful Touches, which pretty closely resembles the flowers in this paper. Not quite, but pretty close. And I colored it the same way, but I don't think I put any Wink of Stella inside. No, I didn't. So that's the first card. And then the second card is this one. It's on a, oh, and this is on a basic white thick card base. This is on a Calypso Coral card base. This is that peach paper. This is a strip of Calypso Coral, and I ran that through this embossing folder from the Greenery small ones, which just retired. It was valid for 2 years, but it retired 5/2/22. I really love this one, but this time, because I knew I was going to have this piece of paper, I did it so that the edges have some leaves showing. Can you see that? Yeah. And then this piece I cut just so it's just slightly under the width of this band, but the strip was already that length, so it was perfect. And then this is, I believe, 3/4 inch, and I stamped in Pear Pizzazz, and then I just put 1, 2, and 3 of those little sequins. This I stamped in Calypso Coral. Now I did use Pale Papaya. I think that's this one. Actually, Pale Papaya Light is what I used. Yeah. To color in where the white parts were on the peach. And this I stamped in Pear Pizzazz, but I used that light Old Olive to color in. I didn't want like the white areas inside the peach. I think it makes it look more peachy. You see how they have the coloring, and they have Pale Papaya in this paper too. So I did stamp it in Calypso Coral though. I also did go around this with that Calypso Coral Stampin' Right marker, so it popped off the background paper without adding another layer of this. And this are bumped up on dimensionals. And then inside I have a little piece of the peach paper and have a peachy day. And yeah, just when you're doing a horizontal card, make sure you don't turn your card this way to put your sentiment. Ask me how I know. So those are my color combo challenge cards for the month of July, the last day of July. And let me see, I'll tell you what next month's colors are in case you would like to play along. Let me see what they are. They will be, let's see, August is going to be Bermuda Bay, which is a color like this. Now you don't have to have the Stampin' Up! Colors, but something like a blue-green, a blue with a green in it, deep blue-green is what I call it. Gorgeous Grape, and Old Olive, which is kind of an unusual color to go with those two. But those are the colors. Alright, Bermuda Bay, Gorgeous Grape, and Old Olive. So, and you can make any kind of card. So that will be on August 31st, right? August has 31 days. Yes. August 31st is the next one. So come back for that and we'll see what we came up with. And if you just want to watch, that's okay too. I'm going to finish this out for the year using the colors I've already pre-selected. If anybody wants to join as a formal collab, let me know. But otherwise, just use the hashtag color combo 2022, I think it is. I'll put it down below in the description to be sure you use the right one. All right. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend, what's left of it, and week ahead. Bye. And August. Bye.